Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? We're going to be doing our lovers in a separation reading. And what is lover in a separation? That's a twin flame, that's a soulmate, that's a special person, that's a divine counterpart. We're currently not together. You're on a little bit of a split. And so let's see what the collective that is on a split. Let's see what the energies that they have in the space of love for today. And for today, this is playfulness. So you got to be in that lighter energy. Laughter's the best therapy. Have some fun. Remember, love is the greatest healer. So for a lot of you, you just need to be in a lighter energy. You've been worrying too much about your person. You've been holding yourself back, and by keeping yourself stuck in that other energy, that's kind of delaying what love wants to give you in this now moment. And so what we got to do is we got to go ahead and look and see what other energies are around this connection or this collective, the collective that is in separation currently. And so while we're doing that, while we're getting some more cards, just remember to like, follow, share, and subscribe. This is a collective reading, so this may or may not make 100% sense to everybody who is watching. Just take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind. There are always some messages for very specific people who are always interacting with the channel. The more you interact, the more these cards can pick up on a lot of the energies of your particular story. So let's see what else love has to offer to us, that collective that is in separation from their person. Let's see what's going on in the energies. And these are energies. We work here on this channel about energies, and the energies tell us what's going around you, right? We're not going to tell you a story that's not going to come true. What we're going to tell you is what energies are around you, which are good, which are bad, which ones you can take advantage of, and which ones can you heal, right? And the idea is it's always around you. It's not around your person. We don't care about what's going on with your person because there's no sense in worrying about it. It's only going to keep you in low vibrations. What we want to do is we want to see how do we get to that place where we're attracting that right person. It may be the person on your mind, it may not be, but we're going to look at what's in the energies. So for a lot of you, this is about a past life person, right? And this every connection you have is you've had a past life with almost everybody you've interacted with in your entire life. So it's not something new, but it means that there is some sort of a bond, right? There's a lot of emotions that are uh, within this space of that past life connection, and a lot of it needs to be healed. And that's how we get to over here. Now, if you're not familiar with my read, this is where you are currently in your energies. This here is areas where you're going to need to work on, you're going to need to heal because this is keeping you stuck. And over here is where we're going to look at the energies that are really good for us, the ones that we want to manifest. And then up and top, bottom here, that's going to be how we're going to bridge over to here because we don't want to go back here. We want to go here, right? And so the idea is how do we get to here? And we're basically creating a map of what energies allow us to do which way. So a lot of you are stuck in illusion, right? And this is why we put it over here because this is what I call the hamster wheel of karma, right? This illusion is keeping you in confusion and it's keeping you trapped because you have these past life traumas with these people and they're keeping you trapped. And we want to get out of that space. And how do we do that? We do that by letting go of that energy, heal that energy. You may not even know that you're in this cycle or what the past trauma is. You don't need to know. You just need to know that you need to heal it. You need to start working on setting that intention to heal that every day. You have to start looking at your patterns and start releasing some of them. And Spirit says if you do, a lot of your dreams can come true. And some of them, for those of you who are looking for a higher commitment, marriage doesn't always mean marriage. It generally means it's a commitment that's coming in, or somebody who is willing to put in a commitment. Now it's up to you to heal enough to actually be able to connect to this person in that way. If you're not healed, if you're still here, you're just going to push that person away. The person's going to come in and you're going to push them away, or you're not even going to allow them to come in because you're so stuck over here. So you have to work on that part of it. So with that, let's see what's going on, Spirit. Some more cards tell me about this connection that we are channeling in this now moment. All right, it's enough cards. Let's see what Spirit has given us. Okay, we got a lot of cards here, a lot to go through. So let's see what we have. And just remember, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And if you are looking for your own personal reading about your own personal situation with your person or just something in general, do reach out at silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com. Paid readings run between $10 and $60, depending upon what you're looking to do. The $60 one is a 35-minute video conference where we do this over Zoom, where it's interactive, and at the end you usually get a light language healing as well, so that we can, whatever we identify in the energies, we can actually work on starting to heal. So Spirit's saying it's time for some boundaries, right? Make sure when you put that boundary up, it's not a wall. A lot of people think a boundary is a wall. It's not. Think of it more as a door that has a window on it, maybe a ring camera, so that you can open it up. But there's also a lock there, so if you don't want them back, you can lock it up. But you can always see the opportunities coming in. But if you put up a wall, there's no opportunities going to come in because there's no way for them to come in because you put up a wall. So make sure your boundaries are proper. This is for people who identify with the divine feminine. It's attracting energy, right? And that's where you want to be to get these things. You want to have that space of being magnetic, not forcing something to happen. Right now, a lot of you are withdrawn and lonely, right? Why? Because you have to get rid of this illusion. But there's hope, right? You have to find that hope. But how you define that hope? By healing, all right? A lot of you are expecting an apology. Probably not going to happen. So release that need. Allow it to happen. And Spirit's also saying a lot of you feel like you're stuck, right? One day, it's the same day every day. Doesn't change because you're stagnant, because you're stuck in this loop, and you need to get out of that loop. And how do you do it? By releasing, letting go, and getting out of that energy. I'm actually going to move that right here. Okay. Spirit says the person that you're stuck on, right? You're attached. You're stuck here because you won't release that person. You won't let it go. And third party attachments also. All this energy is keeping you stuck, but you want to get to here. So how do we get to here? We identify why are we stuck. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at, what is it that you're doing in this now moment that's, blocking you, in the space of love. And we all have these blocks, right? And so with that, we'll start looking at what's going on. What are the blocks here? And so, and for those of you asking personal questions, this is not the read to do that. We do that at the live activations and readings. That's not this read. This is a collective read. You can make sure you put your notifications on so when I do that read, you can join. Or you can reach out and get a personal reading, and that is a paid reading. So a lot of you are fear of loneliness, right? And we're seeing that right here, the loneliness. You're in fear of that, right? So you'll take anything, and that's why you're stuck here, because you're taking something, you're holding on to something because you're lonely. You got to get out of this. You got to get into healing yourself to get to the point where you don't care whether anybody comes in or not. It's nice to have that partner, but you don't need it because you can be happy on your own. And that takes time. That takes you having to sit with yourself. And most of us don't want to sit with ourselves because we don't really like ourselves or what we become. And it's time for you to fall in love with yourself again. Try to find, and if there's things you don't like about yourself, well, guess what? You have a choice. You can change it. Change is choice. It's nothing more than choice. You always have a choice. You just need to see it. And for many, you have this one soulmate only, right? And that's not true. There's many soulmates that are out there for you. A lot of you are fixed on that twin flame, which is a trap. Why is it a trap? Because it keeps you in low vibration, keeping you always in that separation cycle, always in that fighting cycle, back and forth, like a rubber band. And it doesn't help you because you're stuck on this one person. Once you release the need for having that one person and allow for others to come in, others may come in, or that person may come in and change. We don't know, but you have to allow for the possibility. And if you're not allowing for that possibility, well, guess what? You're going to stay stuck, and you're going to stay stuck for a long time. I know a lot of people who feel they're on that twin flame journey have been on it for 10 years. Do you really want to be stuck for 10 plus, 15 plus years? No. You have to allow for that to manifest itself however it's meant to manifest it. But there are many potential soulmates that you have in this lifetime. Most of you push them away because you're focusing on that one, and sometimes that's the right one, sometimes it's not, but you have to release it, because even if it is the one, if you're holding so much energy on a past energy, then the new energy can't come in, the new healed person can't come in, and the new healed you can't come in. You got to work on you, you got to heal you. So let's get some advice as to what it is that we can do, in this now moment, to help us move out of that hamster wheel, because there's a huge amount of weight here in the energies right now in the hamster wheel. A lot of people are in the collective are just sitting there waiting, 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 and not willing to let go. You have to let go. So let's see what's going on. Spirit, what can we do to get ourselves out of this place? Because we now know our blocks, right? Awareness is the best thing you can have, because now that you know what you need to work on, you can then choose to work on it. And so Spirit's saying for a lot of you, you have special gifts, never surrender to normal. And what does that mean? That means that you need to be yourself. You need to recognize that you are special just amongst yourself. Find the love for yourself. Spirit saying, read, do some reading, maybe some self-help. Get yourself into that healing space. Get out of this focus. Put your focus somewhere else. And Spirit saying, stop focusing, right? This obsession has to stop. And why does it have to stop? Because you're focusing so much here that you're not allowing here to go. And you see it in the weight of the energy, right? This is the hamster wheel over here, and this is the energy you want. And it's pulling you like a boat anchor down. And we got to get out of that space, right? And that's, for this collective, if you're watching this in this now moment, and this is major awareness, it's for you. These readings are timeless. It's when it makes your awareness is when that, this is time for you to look at it. Yeah, there is something in this reading for you. So make sure that you are um, looking at that. So let's look at timing. And so timing, Spirit, when can we see these possibilities of this love and the marriage coming in? Remember, timing is fluid. It's always about choice. Once you choose to heal, once you choose to feel, the right steps will come. So Spirit's saying uh, you're going to need to allow things to come. Stop forcing it. There's a potential in April, but we're in the middle of April right now, almost at the tail end. So if it's meant to come in, it's going to come in before the end of the month. If not, it's next year. So you might have a lot of time to work on all of this stuff here. Not the most shall we say, impressive read or outcome, that not the one we're probably looking for at this moment, but it's now made it to your awareness. Now you have to choose to heal, choose to feel, or choose to get back onto the hamster wheel. I think I'm going to make that into a into a t-shirt. Copyright that. With that, thanks to everybody who is set for the reading. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you are looking for your own personal reading, please do reach out at silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com. I just recently changed the email. Both emails, the older one and the newer one, will work. And I do most of my larger reads on Thursdays and Sundays. So if you want to pre-schedule those readings, send me an email and let me know. Have a great day, and I will see you at the next reading. Cheers.